on TV was just bizarre.
Can't wait for you to see it.
The Kids from Coronation Street, tonight at 8.
Join us after the break
for a view of Royal Navy muscle putting a shine into some of the derelict corners of the south.
Join us at 6.
Army makes a new friend.
She seems very happy to play with him.
Jim catches up with Charlie.
It's kind of nice to see how happy he really is.
And Mike meets the marmosets.
They might be one of the smallest primates, but they've still got one of the biggest attitudes.
Monkey Business, tonight at 7:30 on ITV1.
This is Meridian Tonight.
The headlines here in the south, putting the record straight. The Portsmouth chairman spells out how the Fratton Park money was spent.
Watch out for your children. Parents are warned after a woman tries to abduct a child.
And a fair cop, motorists are targeted in a new blitz on mobile phone and seatbelt laws.
Also in tonight's programme, victims of rail rage. Why train companies are having to take steps to protect their staff.
And behind these walls, how life on the inside is failing to meet some basic standards.
Good evening. The Portsmouth Football Club chairman, Milan Mandaric, has revealed details of transfer deals at Fratton Park in a move to draw a line under what he called the soap opera involving him and his former manager, Harry Redknapp.
Redknapp, who left the club a week ago, was upset by a newspaper report at the weekend. Mandaric had referred to £3 million being paid to agents during Redknapp's regime.
Today, the chairman said, "At no time did I ever imply there was any wrongdoing from Harry Redknapp." Redknapp added, "I felt it was important to clear up what had been going on." Richard Slee sends this report from Fratton Park.
Richard Slee in Portsmouth for Meridian Tonight.
Well, for more on that, we can cross live now to Paul Belveston at Vicarage Road, where Portsmouth are taking on Watford in the Carling Cup quarter-finals tonight. Paul, what effect is this soap opera, as Milan Mandaric puts it, having on the players' preparation for this big game?
The club insists, Fred, that it's affecting their focus. Not at all. They should be arriving here at Vicarage Road any minute now, and they're looking to win a place in their first semi-final.
For Meridian Tonight.
Other news, an asylum seeker from the Democratic Republic of Congo is tonight free on bail after spending 3 weeks in a detention centre. William Passy says he faces certain death if the Home Office deport him. He's been released from the centre at Gatwick pending a judicial review of his claim.
Ambitious plans to extend a world-renowned tank museum in Dorset have been given the go-ahead by Purbeck District Council. Bovington Tank Museum says it's run out of space to house its collection of tanks, which is the world's largest. It wants to create what it calls a cultural beacon that will benefit the local community in Purbeck.
A teenage girl has suffered serious head injuries in an accident involving a motorcycle on the Isle of Wight. The 18-year-old was crossing Parkhurst Road in Newport when the accident happened. Both the rider and the girl have been transferred to Southampton General Hospital. Well, still plenty to come in tonight's programme. Gemma, of course, with the latest weather forecast, and we shall be going back live to Watford, where Pompey are in League Cup action tonight. Plus, right on cue, we are notorious when it comes to playing the waiting game, but could it be that our patience is running out?
And all hands to the deck, how the Royal Navy has come to the rescue with an important community project.
Dirty and degrading. That is the verdict of a damning report on Portland's Young Offenders Institution. The Prison Reform Trust says the prison should be turned into a museum showing how inhumanely young criminals were treated in the 21st century.
But it's not totally bad news. The Chief Inspector of Prisons, Anne Owers, does find some good in life behind the bars, as Hugh Kirby now reports.
Too many prisoners spend up to 23 hours a day locked in their cells, says today's report. Hugh Kirby at Portland Young Offenders Institution for Meridian Tonight.
You're watching Meridian Tonight. Thank you for that. And at 6:30, it's the ITV National News with Mark Austin and Nina Hussain.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News, a school fight claims another life. This time, a 15-year-old boy dies in Manchester. 2 pupils are arrested.
And the Princess revealed in new tapes, Diana speaks frankly about life, love and Prince Charles. That and much more at 6:30.
Meanwhile, the main stories here in the south tonight. The Portsmouth Football Club chairman Milan Mandaric and his former manager Harry Redknapp have settled their differences over transfer payments.
And motorists who flout the law are being targeted in a new crackdown by police across the south.
If you have a story you'd like to tell us about, please email it to yourstory@meridiantv.com. You can also telephone us. Now, we Brits are renowned, aren't we, for being particularly good at queuing. We do it when we go shopping, visiting the bank or the cinema even. But new research shows the average person stands in 11 queues each week. But now businesses are coming under increasing pressure to reduce waiting times. So has our tolerance of queuing reached the end of the line? Sangeeta Barbara has been finding out. Well, time for sport now, as we heard earlier. It's a big night for Portsmouth Football Club. They are just 90 minutes away from a place in the semi-finals of the Carling Cup. Yes, but first they have to beat Watford. It was Watford, of course, who defeated Southampton 5-2 in the last round of the competition. Live now to Paul Belverstone at Vicarage Road. Paul, what are Pompey's chances?
In Southampton for Meridian tonight.
Good on the Navy, and it's going to be a definite improvement because that's not very far from where we're sitting right now, is it?
Absolutely right, and they're getting decent weather at the moment for their building. Let's hope that'll continue for them. Let's hope that will continue for all of us as we move into the middle of the week. Here with an up-to-date forecast for the next couple of days, the one and only Gemma Humphries.
See the difference with Sea France, sponsors of Meridian Weather.
Good evening. A rather cloudy day today. Best get used to it because that's the way the weather is going to stay over the next few days. High pressure in charged, and in amongst that high pressure we are going to see large amounts of cloud. Overnight tonight, 1 or 2 clear slots. That's where we will see this mist and fog filling in. Really temperatures only down to around 2 Celsius, seeing a touch of ground frost in rural spots, but along the south coast and in those larger towns around the region, hovering around 5 in very light easterly winds. Tomorrow morning, a bit of a dull and grey start. We could particularly see that mist and fog lingering right the way along the coastal strip. The winds coming round to the northeast, but staying very light in nature, between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Through the afternoon tomorrow, that mist and fog will disappear, but we'll be left with mainly cloudy conditions. 1 or 2 brighter spells, not too much in the way of sunshine, and temperatures hovering between 6 and 7. 7 is 45. And then dry and bright weather to come over the next few days, turning fairly cloudy though towards the end of each day. A shower likely along the coast through Friday and Saturday, top temperature 8.
So lots to look forward to, really. 11 queues in a week and lots of cloudy weather. But there we are. Keep watching here. We'll cheer you up, hopefully. I'll be back with an update at 10 to 7. But now, of course, the ITV National News with Mark Austin and Nina Hussain. Have a lovely evening. Join us tomorrow. Bye-bye. Cheerio.